It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. A place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scotch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it, and man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They send a man in motion. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Cooper DeJean with the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
That's caught for the first. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He'll get this to Samuel. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
He's got to gain a 6 there. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Throwing the out route complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 from the 41. Hurts now from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made on the play by Dietrich Wise. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That pass complete to Goddard.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one, headed for the sideline. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. By turning them against their own team, they were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, we're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Daniels on 1st down. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 38. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. Has a man, it's Brown. This is ahead for about 5. Cooper to Jean with the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Play fake here, Daniels. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Daniels from the pistol. They touch him down at the spot as we wait to hear about this flag on the field. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. So the drive continues after that pass interference call. We've got 1st and 10. They'll run here following the penalty. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Zach Bond with the tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They send Samuel right. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Third and just 2 to go. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 3. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage. Versus zone, it's all about that anticipation and accuracy. And if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He's got Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. On 1st down, Hurts. He finds Brown right side. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, with out routes or in routes just like that.
They're running the option, short side. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
Not the biggest gain, but exactly what they needed. Just get the 1st down and keep this drive rolling.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Barkley is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles start to fight back with their first points of this game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Zach Bond with the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
The give now out of the shotgun. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vet, Tressway. Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Eagles will take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 25 on 2nd down. That's Smith on the slant. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Motioning him from the slot right. 1st down throwing for Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Eagles driving ahead. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back sent in motion. Hurts throwing again. Goddard makes the catch. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
It's Dotson on the catch. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 3 now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. This one's caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. It's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. The Commanders ready to get their offense out there for the final time in the first half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. On first down, here's Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders take the lead just before halftime. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders push their lead to 3. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Here's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. Back to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. Now that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 39. Short pass brought in. A lot of grass ahead. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing now from the gun. Hits his running back. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 4. We find Stotson left side. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Escapes the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 3rd total score this game. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play fake here. Daniels. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
An option give to Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st and 10 from the 41. Another carry for Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Daniels from the pistol. Completed here to McCaffrey. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Cooper to Jean with the stop. And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's caught for the 1st. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Daniels on 1st down. He's throwing deep to the left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now Daniels off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Daniels back to throw. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. He was good on his first attempt, and his second from a little over 45 here. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Option play, they give it to Barkley. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
It's Dotson on the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So we're through 3 here. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 19. He'll get this to Samuel. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Has a man, it's Ertz. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Again, Daniels to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
2nd and 3 now. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Short side option here. He's running left. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Daniels now. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. He's back to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts now from the gun. He's on the move. He's going to tuck it and run. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles needing a couple. New set of downs for him from the 46. Man in motion here. First down throwing for Hurts. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they face second down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll look to throw it. That's Smith on the slant. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. Third and just 2 to go. Throwing now. Able to get it to Barkley. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Barkley trying this up the gut, and he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. The Commanders take a timeout, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 6 coming up here. They go to Barkley again. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Going to the ground again on first. And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. Only a 20-yarder here. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Setting up to pass. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here he is to throw. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
One final shot here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.